Whipping a copper smear from a stained glass pane in the locker room hollow where the fluorescent lights rain. The morning shift is a jury in sweat-salted blue, watching the gravity handle the things I didn't do. The taste of the floor is a mineral truth on the tongue, a heavy gauge anthem that the silent have always sung. I saw the man in the silver, a stranger with a split open face, measuring the exact dimensions of his own disgrace. The boot on the neck was a pressure, a physical cold, but it didn't ignite the spark that the brochure sold. No spasm of anger, no heat in the central nerve, just a surgical clarity at the end of the downward curve. For there's a motor in the marrow at maximum rotation, a fatal tamalism, a high velocity vibration, like a heart on the break, a piston through the chest. I'm reclaiming the pulse from the starch color rest. I didn't ask for the exit or a signature of grace. I declared my autonomy in a windowless space. The manager's office is a lung of recirculated air, where the blame is distributed from the comfort of a chair. I walk through the whispers, the cast, and the lead-cuttered pride, ignoring the defeated labels they tried to stitch inside. I didn't wait for the logic or the how or the why. I demanded the venom look me straight in the eye. The hierarchy is timber, the hierarchy is dust. I'm unhooking my identity from the frustrated rust. The gate is a needle, the city is a shrinking map. As I unfasten the pins of the terrestrial trap, the grayscale canyons are losing their vertical weight. As I leave the ghost of my function at the factory plate. It isn't about the sky or a cinematic flight. It's the loosening of the armor in the middle of the light. Walking toward the subway, a solitary beat, the only honest friction on the concrete street. No more bowing, the frequency has changed. The architecture of the marrow has been rearranged. The only story worth a rewrite, the only debt to pay is the syntax of submission at the ending of the day. The motor is quiet, the man is home. The man is unloaded combustible habits. The fluorescent hum is a high-frequency lie, preaching a sermon of the replaceable and why. I've been the vessel for the dregs of their days, storing their venom in a starched collar haze. They tried to level me with the architecture of silence, a slow motion, structural kind of violence. The deadlines were gallows, the memos were lead, padding the rafters with the things never said. I spent a season with my face on the tile, measuring the grit of a stagnant year mile. The decibel of the breaking has a different tone today, washing the broken and the defeated away. I walk with the marrow that smells like the pub, igniting the garbage in the middle of the dump. It's a mechanical approach, not a cinematic flight, a gear-driven rising in the middle of tipping over the bins and the discarded pride, finding autonomy of the paperwork high. I'm above the flames, but the heat is still there. I've just unhooked my skin from the burning out air. The fire is hungry, but I've lost the taste for the holy consumption of the industry at waste. I walked the perimeter of the hallway's thin breadth, witnessing 1,000 little functional deaths. Say it to my face is the anthem I wear, cutting through the oxygen of the scripted despair. I watch their eyes flicker like a dying out bulb, waiting for the vacuum of the hurt to engulf. But I'm no longer a burglar for the failures they own. I've reclaimed the silence and the sovereign bone. Their fear is a fuel, a volatile scent, settling the interest on a life that was lent.
Fluorescent home is a high-frequency light, preaching a sermon of the replaceable and white. I've been the vessel for the dregs of their days, storing their venom in a starch collar haze. They try to level me with the architecture of silence, a slow motion, structural kind of violence. The deadlines were gallows, the memos were lead, padding the rafters with the things never said. I spent a season with my face on the tile, measuring the grid of a stagnant year mile. But the libido of the breaking has a different tone today, washing the broken and the defeated away. I woke with a marrow that smells like the pump, igniting the garbage in the middle of the dump. In some mechanical lift, not a single fight, a gear-driven rising in the middle of night. I'm stepping over the bends and the discarded pride, finding the autonomy that the paperwork hide. I'm above the flames, but the heat is still there. I just unhooked my skin from the burning out air. The fire is hungry, but I've lost the taste for the holy consumption of the industrial waste. I walk the perimeter of the hallway's thin breath, witnessing 1,000 little functional deaths. Say it to my face is the anthem I wear, cutting through the oxygen of their scripted despair. I watch their eyes flicker like a dying out bulb, waiting for the vacuum of the hurt to engulf. But I'm no longer the harbor for the failures they own. I've reclaimed the silence and the sovereign bone. Their fear is a fuel, a volatile scent, settling the interest on a life that was lent. There is no mystery The blueprint was a grid of starched white seams, a geometry of angles cutting through my dreams. I realized the pressure wasn't a hand upon the door, but the substance of my spirit hitting the cold floor. To be broken is to accept the map they drew to fit the narrow radius of a version they knew. I looked at the ambition, a heap of cooling soot underneath the heavy gauge industrial foot. Ambition is a furnace that requires your own skin. I'm cooling down the rafters to let the ice begin. I refuse the interrogation, I refuse the plea. The expectation of virtue was a torture for me. Redemption is a fiction for the ones who need a lord. I'm fanning out the embers on a splintered floorboard. I have the answer, but I buried it deep in a territory that the dialogue can't keep. I'm seeking an elevation above the empty and the full. Unhooking the marrow from the gravity's pull. The air is gelato, a thin and batting gray, washing in the colors of the record away. No glory at the summit, no trumpets in the height, just the absence of the chains in the middle of the line. Above the duality, above the line, reclaiming the silence that is legally mine. I've stopped the conversation with the teeth in the jaw, with the architects of anger and the masters of the law. Why seek the understanding of a predatory eye? To be known is to be captured in a star's color light. I've reached a cold meridian where the oxygen is rare, stripping off the labels that I used to have to wear. The world below is a machine of choreographed spite, but I'm a stationary ghost in the center of the night. I've unstitched the binding, I've leveled the span. I'm the typo in the middle of your geometric plan. You're still reading the ledger, you're still counting the dead, trapped in a rhythm that I've learned to forget. I'm no longer on the page, I'm not even in the book. I'm the white space remaining where you're terrified to look. No dialogue, no bridge, no return, just the ashes of a house that I didn't even burn. I'm seeking an elevation above the empty and the full. Unhooking the marrow from the gravity's pull. The air is gelato, a thin and biting gray, washing the colors of the record away. No glory at the summit, no tropics in the height, just the absence of the chains in the middle of the light. The wind has a tongue of burned rubber and rust, tasting the lead and the industrial dust. The horizon is a slash of carbon and grit, where the sky and the asphalt finally split. Gravity is a ledger, a heavy gauge weight, counting the same. A rhythmic erasure of a face and a name. I'm looking for a way to unstitch the floor, to find the emergency catch on the door. The stairs are a skeleton, hollow and cold, climbing the stories that the builders all sold. My pulse is a hammer, a cardiac strike, treating the ascent and the terror alike. It isn't a flight, it's a surgical drift, watching the smoke and the identity shift. I'm rising above the debris of the day, washing the noise of the lobby away. No paradise waiting in the rafters of stone, just a broader perspective of being alone. Above the sound, above the lie. The city is a lung made of toxic blue mist, exhaling a history that shouldn't exist. I'm standing on the lip of a concrete lung, listening to the anthems that the silence has sung. Down in the carpet, the shouting is thick, saturated by the pretense that makes the soul sick. But up here the oxygen is mineral pure, the only thing left that the lungs can endure. Perspective is a razor, sharp and untamed, cutting the weight from the biological frame. The lies are just static in the basement below, navigating places where the echoes don't go. I didn't find a halo or a golden gate key, just a cold-blooded map of the version of me. A stationary ghost, a vertical still, the final unmaking of a desperate will. The vacuum is throbbing, the rafters are bare. I'm breathing the salt of the unlinked The asphalt offered a mineral truth, a liturgy of boots and unstitched youth. Allies turned to ghosts in a grease-stained hall, trading my name for a seat near the wall. I was the prey with a bruised up hide, counting the seconds of the downward slide. But I found the blueprint, I found the ink, the tactical data at the edge of the brink. The map of the fracture is etched in my palm, a clockwork logic, cold and calm. The gear untouchable. Step back, I told the shadow in the rain. A mercy stroke delivered through the center of the brain. No theater of fury, no cinematic shout, just the sound of the oxygen finally running out. The acid rain is a slow motion rinse, bleaching the marrow and the history since the day I was hammered into the stone, learning the acoustics of being alone. I'm walking the perimeter of the ash and the grit, watching the heavens and the foundation split. The zone of the cinders is glowing in the glass, watching the slow motion ghost of us pass. The city is a furnace, the city is a grave, but I've got no more secrets for the fire to save. The lightness is terrifying.